You are the average of the five people you surround yourself with. Who are the five people around you that's going to essentially be your average, and who is in your circle?
Hang around five millionaires, you'll be the sixth. Hang around five losers, you'll be the sixth.
That was a mic drop statement. I feel like we can end the video now. Thank you all for tuning in. Today's topic, who is helping you grow in the electronic music industry? And I want to go back to a famous quote by a legendary entrepreneur by the name of Jim Rohn. You are the average of the five people you surround yourself with, right? Meaning whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever it is you're trying to achieve personally, professionally, in terms of growth, you have to understand who are the five people around you that's going to essentially be the average, right? Be your average. And, we always hope that your average is always a little bit above that. And it's really, really important to understand who is in your circle. Speaking of entrepreneur Jim Rohn, this has actually been a really big topic in the entrepreneurship world. It's getting yourself to ask this question: who are you hanging around with? And then the next question is this group of people, whether it's family, friends, peers, are they helping you grow mentally? Are they helping you grow productively? And I want to throw it back to either you, Kevin, or you, Gino, in terms of this concept, and perhaps share a little bit of perspective of when you had bad circles around you and when you had good circles around you, and how it changed everything for you. And I can share mine after you guys are done. So, Gino, you go first.
Well, first thing my father used to always tell me growing up was, you are who your friends are, which essentially is the same thing. He told me that my whole life growing up. And I could say for a fact that who I used to hang around with slowed me down like crazy. And and even though it's my choice for who I hang around with, you have to be aware of your surroundings. Like I don't blame them, because it was my choice to hang out with them, but they definitely, but their influence definitely slowed me down greatly. I had posted it on Instagram, and I think I said it quite well. That will really define exactly what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, they read it. It's on your Instagram. They just read it.
So it goes, change who you surround yourself with, and you will change your life. This is an absolute fact. You can't blame others for your own choices, but it is your choice for who you surround yourself with. During the time that I was extremely overweight, I was in a part of my life where I was very unhappy. Surrounded by ambitious people is contagious. People who talk more than they act. A group of non-achievers made my self-esteem, confidence, and self-respect hit an all-time low. This is no one's fault but my own. I decided to change. You have to ask yourself, my time spent with these people, is it slowing me down or lifting me up? Hang around five millionaires, you'll be the sixth. Hang around five athletes, you'll be the sixth. Hang around five breathers, you'll be the sixth. Hang around five losers, you'll be the sixth. Essentially, I feel like that really just covers exactly my experience. And when I started hanging around with DJs or artists that were way more ambitious, when I started hanging around with people that weren't okay with just sitting at home, not looking for a promotion in their life, not looking to expand, the second I left that circle, my life changed for the better.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that was a mic drop statement. I feel like we can end the video now. Thank you all for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Yeah, like and subscribe. But hey, man, thank you for sharing that. I mean, that hits it in the nail. And my dad used to say, it's just make good friends. I mean, he literally said that. He's a lot older than I am, so he gave that. And I didn't understand at that point. I'm like, these friends are good. But now, years later, I mean, it's that same sentiment. Now, Kevin, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, exactly what Gino was saying. Your friends definitely influence who you are. I forgot if someone told me this or if I read this as a quote, but someone said that you have to see if your friends are actually being your shield and support, or are they being your cage, which I thought was really interesting, because sometimes you get so comfortable with people and you think like, oh, they're supporting me and everything, but in reality, they're just protecting you from going out beyond your limits.
I mean, it's a crab mentality. It's that crab,
like, I'm just not growing. You just want to stay within this nice little comfort zone. So, I mean, I don't want to get too much into like my personal history, but there was definitely a point in my life where I had this like really close knit group of friends, and but I did nothing. I literally did nothing, but it was a great time. I had a great fucking time all the time, every weekend. But what was I doing with my life? Wasn't really doing anything. I didn't even consider pursuing music. I just said, you know what? I have this shit job. I have these friends that make my life feel a little bit better.
Right, you like hanging out with them.
I like hanging out with them. Let's keep it that way. But when things broke off, then I was like, wow, that's when I started trying to pursue things. That's when, like what Gino said, I wanted to grow. I needed to do something with my life. So it's definitely something I consider is like, are they friends being shields, or are they being, or shields in support, or are they being a cage?
Right.
So
And how has it changed? I mean, ever since you started, I guess you broke off that shield, and now, you know, I imagine you're surrounded by people that do lift you up.
yeah, especially with everyone that working with 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I mean, just you, Marco,
Yeah.
everyone that
You're not required to say this.
I know, yeah. He hands me $1
Yeah.
at the table.
Like the answer, but
yeah,
yeah.
I'm not required to say this, but yeah, it's just to see these really high achieving people who are trying to build a community, who are just in love with the music and want to grow in some way,
Yeah.
is a huge inspiration to me, and is forcing me to grow as well. So, I mean, it's very uncomfortable, but that's how you grow, is in the uncomfortable zone. So,
in the most evident way, Kevin took his intern position by the bullhorn. And within like 18 months, he's now the content director. I mean, obviously through some changes and transitions. But here's the most important part that relates. He had his first release last month. Yeah, we can still say last month because the last day of January. But I mean, that to me is like the most evident in terms of personal and professional growth. You know, and yeah, thank you for giving that shout out. And I feel the same way in terms of hanging out with both of you guys.
Yeah.
Now to my story, there's two parts to it. One, obviously, 6 a.m. is going through our 15-year anniversary, and through the 15 years, you know, I've had over 60 people, and that, you know, again, it's not their fault, right? And I want to even say that even when you're hanging around DJs, producers, people in the industry, those may not even be the 5 or the group of people you need to be around, right? I mean, what is their mindset like? What is their ego, right? When you have opportunities and you're sharing it, what's the reaction, right? And more importantly, how do they make you feel when something good has happened? And I really want to share this because it was during a period where I literally felt like, what's going on? Like, here I am just supporting them, but then I feel like whenever there are things that, you know, should be celebrated, I didn't really feel the reciprocation of it, even though, you know, on my end, you know, I was doing whatever I can to get them gigs as well. I mean, I was really doing what I can. And I just want the people watching this video to know that it's not, oh, just because you're hanging out with industry people pursuing the same passion, that may not always be the case that it's the right people either. Their mindset, their acumen, their ego, their everything, you know, it may not still be good for you, even though both of you are going for the same things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the next thing that I actually want to talk about is when I went through a very, very difficult period in my life. I'm just going to say, when everyone eventually left, we were going through some tough times, and I was going through a pretty bad separation. You know, I had to move into this, you know, place that I wasn't really proud of, and I had no one around me to really give me the jolt that I needed to, like, yo, you know, stop moping around, wake the F up, etc. I went online to look for online support. That's how I found Jim Rohn. That's how I found Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, Tom Bilyeu, Eddie Pinero. You know, and there's all these like online resources that, like, hey, you know, I needed people around me to really jolt me up, wake me, and really shout at me, because I need that. And I couldn't find it, so I went online. And guess what? After hanging out with these online entrepreneurs for so long, we went on for so long, I realized I became one of them. I speak their language. I have their confidence. Everything that I, you know, on our private talks, all these mindset mentality, it's not that I just came up myself. I mean, I read books. I hung out with these people for 2 years, every day, every morning. I would just turn it on and just listen to them just go off on me, right? Go off really on the internet, but I'm the one consuming that. Like you said, you know, you become the sixth. And now I became the sixth, and it's only helped my relationships with my people, the way that I'm pushing Artist Map. Hey, you know, I am now the sixth person. Let me share with you what I know so that I could go out and create 5 others so that you can become the sixth. Mm-hmm. And it's extremely powerful. I just have to say, you know, and then through that, everything became infectious. I started sharing their work. People started liking it, encouraging me. And now, you know, I have to say, I am who I am because of those online entrepreneurs that really gave me the ass whooping every morning to stop crying and moping. And what am I sad about? Powerful.
That's super helpful, because let's say you want to get out of the circle of friends that you're with that you feel are slowing you down. You can't necessarily just choose 5 people to hang out with that are in the ambitions you want, but you can if you go online and find the content like you're suggesting. So that's actually a really, really
yeah. And hey, you know, I mean, this is also like a little plug as well. I mean, this is really the purpose of this video. For any of you guys watching, or girls or they watching this, and feel like you don't have the support, you're looking at 3 right now. You're looking at 3 people that, even though we may not know who you are, this is what we do. We're here to give value. We're here to be a resource. We're here to be a platform as well. And I'm here to tell you that it's okay to start with strangers if you don't have the immediate people next to you. It's okay to go out and go online and just consume the content. You know, you don't have to reach out if you're shy, but you can continuously consume these content and just know that we got your back. We are the average of your surroundings if you continue to consume this content. And I'm here to tell everyone this, and I've said this to the entire 6 a.m. group, right? It's my obligation to be a little bit above average because I want to make sure that if I'm the average of you guys, I want to make sure I'm bringing everything I've got so that our average is just like, whoa, above the basic average. So something to think about. Yeah. Your dad will be proud, Gino. I think my dad will be proud as well. Like, yes, that's right. You're finally making some damn good friends.
Yeah, finally. Oh wow, what are the odds? My dad's calling me right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
No, he's like, hearing. But yeah, hey,
What are
please
the odds?
mention that to him. Be like, Dad, I finally understand exactly what you mean. We just literally had a YouTube episode video, and let's give a shout out to your dad, Mr. La Pasta.
Yeah, he'll be
There you
happy
go.
to
Daddy H rocks.
Daddy.
hear.
Awesome. Well, we're going to drop our contact info below, our emails. I swear, if you feel like you need to reach out to surround yourself with this kind of energy, whether you're going through an artist journey or not, I talk to people who are not even in this artist journey. I just talk to them to lift them up, inspire them. It doesn't matter. As long as you're part of this community, that's all I care about. Even if you're not watching this video, helping people is what we do. So be sure to reach out, all right? Don't feel like you have to go through this alone. Life is lonely as it is, I'll tell you that, but you don't have to go through it alone. Okay? Anything else you guys want to add?
No, that was poetic.
Okay.
I liked it.
Well, like and subscribe. Check out all the links below. We have courses, masterclasses, resources. Be sure to check it out. Got myself, Gia here with 6 a.m. and Artist Map. We have
Kevin here, SVS, and the 6 a.m. content director, as well as the Artist Map community manager.
And Gino, also known as Atrox, part of Faculty of Electronic Music, and a couple other aliases.
We'll catch you in the next episode.